Tonight, Kamala Harris releasing details of her policy positions for the first time on her campaign website. A K-file investigation has uncovered, meantime, a 2019 questionnaire. And in this questionnaire, Harris laid out some much more liberal stances, among them on immigration. So in 2019, in what K-file found, she said she would cut funding to ICE, writing, quote, "Our immigrant detention system is out of control, and I believe we must end the unfair incarceration of thousands of individuals, families, and children. I was one of the first senators after President Trump was elected to advocate for a decrease in funding to ICE." Well, now, of course, she's touting the Biden administration's executive order to crack down on the border. K-File's Andrew Kaczynski joins me now. Andrew, that's pretty incredible on its own when you're talking about what you found here on ICE. What else did you find?
Yeah, and this was a questionnaire that she filled out for the ACLU, and this questionnaire is really an interesting snapshot in time of that 2019 Democratic primary. Kamala Harris was trying to get to the left of Bernie Sanders. She was trying to get to the left of Elizabeth Warren, and you really see that in a lot of these answers, and I want to walk our viewers through a little bit of what she said. Let's just take immigration and look at what she said here. She said on immigration, she made this open-ended pledge to end immigrant detention. She said she supported taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She also said she supported
taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She actually said she supported that.
She both wrote and answered in the affirmative when she was asked this. Oh. And she said she also supported it for federal prisoners. Now, she also pledged to slash immigration detention by 50%, close all family and private facilities, and decrease funding for ICE, and then the end ICE detainers with local law enforcement.
I mean, these are things that, you know, it would be hard to think that you would come up with taxpayer funding gender transitions for detained migrants, and yet this, as you say, written and verbally. You know, what else, you know, did you find?
Well, let's take a look at her answer here on drugs. She got asked about, the question from the ACLU was, since drug use is better addressed as a public health issue through treatment and other programming, will you support the decriminalization at the federal level of all drug possession for personal use? And Harris answers yes. Now, what would that mean? Well, it would mean the federal all drug possession. That's not just marijuana, which she alluded to in her answer to this question, but it also would mean
it's federal level of all drug possession,
fentanyl, crack,
use.
Cocaine, things like that. Yeah.
Have they responded to you on her changes on these issues?
So we did put this question to the Harris campaign about the entire ACLU questionnaire, and the Harris campaign didn't answer any questions from CNN. Instead, they just provided a statement from an unnamed Harris campaign advisor that just said, the vice president's positions have been shaped by 3 years of effective governance as part of the Biden-Harris administration. Now, they declined to CNN to elaborate on what those positions were, and then they also provided this statement, which they attributed to a spokesperson saying, as president, she will take that same pragmatic approach, focusing on common sense solutions for the sake of progress. So where does she stand on this, all this questionnaire today? We don't know, and they won't say.
It's pretty incredible stuff, and thank you very much, Andrew K-File, for this reporting.
You seen that? You heard that? Welcome to Wake Up America with Johnny Branham. Wow. To be honest with you, I'm really not surprised. What I am surprised is that it took the mainstream media. Well, no, I'm not surprised, because the mainstream media is typically left-leaning liberal. I'm actually shocked that this came out by CNN. CNN was the one that broke this story with K-File's brilliant investigative work to find out her true policy stances, because for so long she's been doing this song and dance. She's been dodging a lot of the media questions. She did a solo interview the other day. It was a catastrophe. It was terrible. I didn't even want to cover it. It was so bad. I know that other podcasters, people who were doing commentary, have covered it, but it's terrible. If you want to check it out, check it out. It's grueling. I think it's like 10 minutes, but she doesn't answer any questions. She does the same tap dance, song and dance. She's very vague as it pertains to what she believes as far as her policy stances are. And so this is very interesting, the fact that they have her on record, not just checking a box, but also writing out answers and writing out a description of her mindset. And we know from experience that politicians like her will say one thing in the public, will say one thing to distinguish themselves and to appear to be in the center, but she's really, really far left. She's far left of Bernie Sanders, if you could even imagine. If you remember Bernie Sanders, highly liberal, highly Marxist. And for her to say that, let's just walk back on these policies that she's talking about. She's saying that she wants transgender surgery made available to illegal immigrants, detainees, paid for by your and my tax dollars. Taxpayers. Transitional surgery for federal prisoners, paid for by taxpayers. So a man comes across the border, decides that he wants to be a woman. You know how expensive that surgery is? It could actually be upwards of over $300,000. $300,000 for everybody who wants to chop off their penis, chop off their breasts, have a penis attached to them, or have a vagina made. I don't know how they do that. I'm pretty sure it's some highly imaginative individuals, doctors, really sickos, more like Dr. Frankenstein. But nevertheless, this is Kamala Harris's policies. Make no mistake about it. She will implement this if she were to get in office. Thank God I believe that she's not. But if she were to get in office, absolutely. Transgender surgery for illegal immigrants, transgender surgery for federal prisoners. And you get a surgery like Oprah back in the day, and you get surgery, and you get a surgery, and you get a surgery, and you get a surgery. All these people get surgery on our taxpayer dollars while we're paying $5 for eggs, and gas is through the roof, and mortgage prices and rent and all of this stuff is sky high. See, this is what people don't realize. But people, if they remember back when the stimulus checks went out and all of this money went out floating, and they just printed up money like it was crazy. She's talking about giving all of these benefits to people, $25,000 for first-time home buyers, and a child tax increase for someone within the first year of their childhood for families. And so all of this stuff sounds good until you get the bill and you got to pay for it, not realizing that it drives up inflation. That house becomes $25,000 more expensive. Everything goes up. We can't spend our way to wealth. We can't spend our way to prosperity. The other thing that she talked about that was just crazy, I don't even know if people even realize what she said. She said, Kamala Harris, this was her written down responses to her policy stances, that she wants to legalize all drugs from a federal level. So no longer would it be criminally a criminal offense for you to be in possession of crack cocaine. Crack cocaine legal. Heroin legal. Can you imagine people just laid out everywhere? Some people, drugs laid out everywhere. Fentanyl that kills people, legal. I mean, when you say legalized drugs, that's exact. You open the smorgasbord of drugs. This is how left-leaning, liberal, demonic, Marxist, communist. I can't even think of enough words to describe this woman. That she is. Can you imagine? Legalized drug everywhere. Come on, man. But this is Kamala Harris, and I'm so glad that CNN was the one that broke the story. We need to share this with family, friends, loved ones. I don't really think there's any undecided voters. I just think that there are people who don't want to tell other people who they're voting for. That's what undecided means. I'm really not going to tell you who I'm voting for because I don't want any backlash. A lot of people are going to vote for Donald Trump when it comes November 5th. I don't see how you can look at 4 years under Trump in these last 4 years and come to any other conclusion. Policy wise, I mean, everything. She wants to defund ICE, get rid of detention centers. You know what that means, right? Those people will come direct. They're already coming directly into neighborhoods, but they just have some semblance of order where they have certain people, who are there to kind of taking care of them, but they eventually make their way into the United States anyway, all over the United States. She's wanted to defund ICE. That is our immigration police. Defund them. We don't need as many immigration police right now. We don't need any immigration funding for the facilities that they're in. Let's get rid of that too. Let's just let them just walk on in. Let's just take down the whole wall. Let's get a deconstruction company. Let's get a construction company to knock it all down, and let's just let this open border open from Canada all the way to Mexico. Let's just do it. That's her policy. It should sicken and anger Americans. It should sicken and anger people that this is her policy stance. So when she tries to be vague and, I don't know, and I'm just one for Opportunity America. Yeah, Opportunity America for people that don't live here. Opportunity America for illegal immigrants. Opportunity America for people who want to come over here and in the first day over here sign up to get surgery. Sex surgery. Legalized drugs. She might as well just say, I just want to take a wrecking ball to the entire United States and I just want to get a big demolition crew and just knock it all down. That's really what she's proposing. But let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe. Most importantly, share and comment. Share this with your loved ones. Share this with your family. Share this with these undecided voters. Ask them, do they really want to pay for illegal immigrants to get sex surgery? Ask them, do they really want to pay for people in prison to get sex surgery? Ask them, do they want every drug legalized? Ask them, do they want the border to be even worse than what it is now by defunding the exact police who are up there to protect us? Which they're really not doing a good job now. But imagine if they didn't have anybody. That's what she just want anybody. Just walk across. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Wake Up America with Johnny Brown, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.